Hey friends, welcome to my kitchen. I want to show you how to make a simple pesto. There's a lot of combinations you can make. Of course, traditionally it's made with basil and pine nuts and a little Parmesan or Pecorino cheese. But we're doing ours, cleanse friendly and dairy free. Other options you can choose are cilantro. I love that with like pumpkin seeds. That works really well. Cilantro is very cleansing, so it's a great option. You can also do parsley. That's a really nice option too. I like parsley with like almonds is a good one. You can always mix up the nuts, right? What we're gonna do today is use fresh carrot tops. Now, actually I have my carrot tops. So literally I got the carrots, right? And when you bring them home, cut your carrots away from the tops because otherwise the carrots will get soft because they keep feeding the tops. So just cut your tops off, make sure to rinse them really well because they tend to be sandy. Save your carrots for another use. The benefit of using carrots in pesto, carrot tops in pesto, is it's so vibrant green and it keeps much longer than a basil pesto does in the fridge. So you just want to cut the actual rough stems off. So I'm going to do that first. You want the leafy parts, not necessarily the stems. So I'm going to cut off the hard stems. Now I'm using a Vitamix. It's pretty powerful. So I don't have to do a lot of the chopping. I am going to give it a rough chop just to help. And I write the recipe for this. I say like 1.5 cup of greens, but basically a big bunch, right? One big bunch. So I'm putting my greens in there. Then 1 bunch of greens. You're going to use a good handful of nuts, maybe 1/3 of a cup or so. Walnuts are great, almonds are great. I'm going to use macadamia nuts. I like the sweetness of the macadamia nuts with the bitterness from the carrot tops. So those are going in here. You could also use walnuts, or you can use a combo if you don't have quite enough of what you want. Then olive oil. Olive oil is what's going to help this all get blended and make it all into a smooth, spreadable, delicious green pizzazz thing. It's about 1/2 cup. This is Tunisian olive oil. I get this one from Trader Joe's. Choose an olive oil that you like. You don't need to have a super high quality for this, right? A medium quality is good. I like this one because with the stainless steel, it protects the olive oil. It keeps it nice and fresh. My little spout here is making a mess, but yeah, okay, we have a little more than 1/2 cup. And then you need garlic, 3 cloves. You can do more, you can do less, but the garlic, is the key ingredient for pesto. And so I'm going to peel off the garlic papers here. Maybe I should have done this before we started. Fighting with it a little bit. I'm going to use the tip of my knife to get in there. All right. And then to get into your garlic, and I have tried to use the kind that's already chopped for you at the grocery store. It doesn't really have as great a flavor, but all you need to do is really give it a powerful whack with the back of your knife with your fist. Oh, just mind your ears if you have your headphones on. Okay, and then you can get into them, cut off that little bit, give it another whack, get the paper out. Well, that one wasn't so pretty. I'm gonna go for another one. So that's what you're doing. You want 3 cloves of garlic. Take it a little more, a little less. Get this guy out of here. And once you get the paper off, that's really all you need to do. Throw it into your Vitamix. Okay, there's 1. And 2. And I got 1 more here. All right, there's my 3 cloves. Now you do need salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna do like 10 grinds. 10 grinds ends up being like about 1/2 teaspoon or so. I'm using sea salt. All right, and then we're gonna put it on the Vitamix. Now, this thing is loud, so this is where you may want to cover your ears or remove your headphones. And we're going to do this for a minute or 2, and we can drizzle more olive oil in if it's like sticking, if it's not moving. So let's see how it goes. And voila! There we have our beautiful carrot top pesto. Now what I do, and I'm gonna grab it, is use a chopstick to taste. These really nice long ones. And because then you want to taste it if it needs any more salt or pepper or anything. It's good. Now we're going to pour this into a container, and then we're going to use what's left over in the pitcher here to make a vinaigrette, a pesto vinaigrette. Because you'll find you can't really get it all out of here. And it's this beautiful emerald green and goodness that I don't really like to waste. Let me give myself a little more room. And so I like to make, that's my pro tip, is to make a vinaigrette out of what is left over here sticking in the pitcher. That looks good. See how there's still like a bunch of gunk in here? So we're gonna repurpose that. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. All right, so now to make your vinaigrette, you're gonna add about half a cup of rice vinegar. And I use the unseasoned kind, so there's no salt or sugar in this. And then I'm gonna add maybe like another quarter cup of olive oil because there's still some remnants in there. And you're gonna make a mess, but learning to prepare these things for yourself means you're gonna control the quality, you're gonna have really great, good fats in your body, and you get to have a little fun, I think, in the process. So let's add a little salt and pepper. And then let's get this guy out here again. And then we're gonna give that a whirl. I'm going to put that in a glass jar. So we got a lot of it. There's still a little here along the side, but this makes a really nice, vibrant salad dressing. You see how pretty that is? With the rice vinegar and the pesto, and it's all emulsified for you. So really, really great for your spring salads. Your pesto, you can dip that with carrots, you can dip it with sugar snap peas. You could take the pesto and mix it in with quinoa and some frozen peas cooked together. That would be a nice thing. Use it in place of hummus or mayo on your sandwiches. And your pesto vinaigrette, right? Just mix that with some beautiful spinach, radicchio, some sprouts, add some sunflower seeds. Just toss it into a nice spring salad. I hope that you will take the time to make your own pesto and your own pesto vinaigrette. Thanks so much for sharing your time with me. And cheers.